Alright, so good morning. On day 9, I believe it is. Here in Clayton, we're starting out early, a little bit later, about 10 minutes later than what we got started yesterday morning, which is okay. I'm not walking currently at the moment because I'm stretching. Trying to get a little bit of a stretch in this morning. Very cold this morning. From what I understand, it's in the 30s. So it's good for walking. Good walking weather. You heard that horn? That was Dad. Safety driving again today. So yeah, we're in for another long haul today. If we've calculated correctly, which I think we have, probably looking at a 27-mile stretch today into Duncan. Fuquay's 25, so if we make Fuquay, I'll be happy. There's some time in there, or in our schedule, to where we can not quite make Duncan, but if we do 25 miles a day from here on out, we'll make Greensboro by Sunday. Our projected date originally, without stopping for church and everything, in Plymouth, was to get there on Friday. But that pushed us back to Saturday, and with things the way they went right now, unfortunately, it looks like we're projected to get into Greensboro by Sunday. Yeah, I know a lot of people at Multitude is going to be kind of upset about that one, or any other place, I guess, for that matter, just because it's on a Sunday. But to be honest with you, Epidemic Walk Project started out with not a lot of fanfare. I mean, it wasn't like there was this huge crowd that was there the first morning that we started walking, and I highly doubt there'll be a big crowd there when I finish. But you know, like I said, like I've been saying from the beginning, you know, this thing hadn't been about me. It's not about, you know, the fanfare. It's been about what God's, you know, called me to do. You know, God asked me to do this, and the only thing I've done is said yes, and been a pair of legs that were willing to train. And so that's where we're at. Looking like Sunday afternoon, late Sunday afternoon probably, getting into Greensboro. But right now, that's too far ahead for us to be looking at. Right now, we need to be focused on making Duncan today, if we can. If not, we'll definitely make Fuquay by the end of the day. But we'd really like to try to make Duncan. So again, keep us in your prayers. It's fairly busy this morning. Clayton's a pretty bustling town in the morning with people commuting back and forth into Raleigh. So it's busy more on the other side of the highway, luckily. So we've been blessed in that aspect. So not too much traffic over here on my side, so I'm able to kind of relax a little bit more this morning than I have been on other mornings. So Dad was telling me last night, or actually he was telling Ronnie, I kind of overheard him last night, but he told me this morning, he asked me the question, he was like, Brent, have you ever thought about what it was like for the Father to have to turn his back on his Son? And when Jesus was on the cross and he cried, oh God, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? And you know, and at that moment, a lot of scholars believe that that was when the Father had to turn his back on the Son, because that was when the Son, you know, took that cup on being sin for the world. And Dad made the comment, you know, that yesterday he was sitting there, you know, and as a father I wouldn't understand this, because I haven't had that distinct privilege of being a parent yet. And yes, parents out there, if you are listening, it is a privilege to be a parent these days. You know, it can be aggravating at times, but the Bible says that children are a gift from God. So we need to treat our kids that way, that they are a gift that you've been entrusted with. But you know, that's a whole nother sermon for a different day, I guess. But anyway, he said I couldn't imagine what the Father felt like, having to turn his back on his Son like that, because he can't look on sin. And he says it was tough for him yesterday to sit there in the car. You know, I can sympathize with the fact of being a law enforcement officer, somebody hurting somebody that you love. You want to immediately go after them. That flesh wants to, you know, go take care of that problem. But he said that he saw, you know, people honking their horns and waving their fists out the windows or what have you, and you know, people flicking me off and, you know, or giving me the one finger wave, or whichever one you want to call it. Either way, it's not nice. And Dad just had to sit back there and suck all that up, you know, and to know that that was his Son out here, that the people were, you know, throwing things out the window or what have you, stuff like that. That's happened. Had somebody flick a cigarette out at me yesterday. Didn't hit me, but yeah, they tried to, but that's all right. But for Dad to have to sit back there and watch that and do absolutely nothing about it is very symbolic for him, I guess, and in a lot of ways for anybody else that, you know, really thinks about it. That it's really symbolic with what the Father had to do. You know, it was something that he had to endure, something that he had to let his Son go through. Not because he probably enjoyed it, not because he even probably liked to do it, but he saw the greater picture in the end, just like my dad sees the greater picture in the end of this walk project. That this is to help a lot of people, and to help a good program, and you know, just like Jesus' sacrifice was to help all mankind, and that was God's way of reconciling man back into himself. So Dad understands that, and he sees that, and he just kind of had a physical picture of it symbolically yesterday, and I think that really ministered to him yesterday as he was driving down the highway. So I'm glad he was able to experience that out here. You know, a lot of times I'm thinking that the safety drivers back there are just so bored to tears. And a lot of times I'm more worried about the safety driver than I am myself, but I'm just glad that he's getting everything that he can out of this whole experience too. So we're about halfway through Clayton. We're about to make it out here probably within the next 15-20 minutes or so, at least be on the other side of town and on our way out. So I hope you're having a good day wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And it is about to get a little busy, so I'm going to get my focus on the road instead of instead of this video camera. So you have a good afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it is for you right now as you're watching this. And God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Keep praying for us. Keep coming back. Every view on the website here is just confirmation for me that people still care about what's going on, and it's another way of encouraging me to keep on going, because I know how many people view the web page every day, because it'll tell me. So keep on going back, and because I love to see those numbers go up, the people watching videos and stuff like that. So hope you're enjoying them. God bless you. Keep us in your prayers, and come on back.